So we've fitted a Hitec 311 servo so that we can pan. The first thing I noticed is it really badly affected the weight. So with the HD camera on the front, now the pan servo as well, it was very down on the snout and steering was quite difficult. No fun at all. So once we got rid of that battery, took the HD camera off, moved the FPV battery back to the stand where the seats are on anyway, and that certainly improved things. The wind was coming and going a little bit. At times it got quite blowy out there. As long as you had enough airspeed over the rudders to counteract the wind, it behaved fairly well. As you can see, even a bit of chop. Once you got it reasonably balanced, it rode over the top of that fairly well. So I might move the HD camera back onto the pan servo, and I might perhaps even take the pan servo off. It's quite difficult to use while you're motoring along, but it is handy if you stop and want to have a look at something. Unhappily, this is the last of the DVR footage. It died. It looks like the USB socket has failed, and it appears that it may have cooked the insides because the internal battery is utterly flat, and normally the battery would just run down. So we were amusing the ducks out here today. They got to accept me as relatively harmless after a few passes and didn't bother to take off anymore. So coming up to about 10:30, 11:15 now, thereabouts, and we had a bit of a lull in the breeze. The last trip, which had no HD camera on board, was probably the trip of the day, but never mind. Because as you'll see in this, you'll get one end of the pond is quite calm and the other end of the pond has got quite a bit of ripple, and it sort of swaps ends as the wind moves around. So, but still, it once you got the boat balanced so that it would hop up on the plane once you got up to over half throttle, then it would behave itself quite well. I think the HD camera being lifted up would probably help, as we got a few droplets of water on that today, and while it doesn't seem that it's going to do the camera any harm, it doesn't make for a good video. Still, it's all grist for the mill. It's all lessons learned for future projects and things. So the Dawg project has been a very worthwhile thing. Yeah, going across the waves gives you a bit of a rock and roll side to side, but apart from that, it handles it quite well. As you can see, it kicks up a little bit of water. We get a dirty, great big droplet. Gets washed off by a second one in just a moment. There it goes. So all in all, an excellent morning. I was a bit worried about the wind, but I'm glad I went. And hopefully we'll be test flying the yacht down here fairly soon. It's progressing slowly. The instructions are not the greatest, but we're getting there. So until next time, see you later.